Hello and welcome back. Today I went through a whole box of these, marked them all by the pinhole hack. There's little pinholes, and for this series they're all like on the tops of the letters, but then we have this stray one out here. So I don't know if it's supposed to be down here and it like glitched, or maybe it's a rare. So let's open it, see what's inside. This is so exciting. It's not a rare, however, it's the candy skeletons, and that was only, there's two that I'm sure I don't have because of the bump codes, dot codes, and this was one of them. So this was pretty far off then. I don't know if it was just like a glitch, or maybe like the machine that pricks it got bumped, or I don't know. I'm sure they mess up sometimes. They're not always directly spot on, but they're so close that you usually can tell by looking at that code or cheat sheet what it is. I'm so excited for these. These look amazing. This whole set looks amazing. And I have all of them except for, I think it's the licorice something or another. Let me look. The licorice snaps. The other one's right here above that. But I know I have all the other ones, so check out my channel if you want to watch me build those. This one comes with a little box, just like the Fizzing Whiz-Bees did, but this has a thing in it to hold the skeletons upright when you're done. So that's exciting. Precision nozzle, our candy, which is the resin. I love that each bottle has been themed and decorative based on what's inside. We have, some white mica. Our skeleton, so this is cool. There's a mold that has 3 of them. You're gonna put the resin in and then drop one of these skeleton outlines on top. I'm so excited for this one. And it looks like you could make at least 6, but probably more. All right, so this is to scoop out our powder and to kind of paint it in there, and some tongs. So let's clean up and make this one. I'll show you up close what we're doing here. First, add the mica, kind of brush it around, add resin. Then you swirl it so that mica is kind of all incorporated. Then you add a skeleton on top, cure it for 5 to 10 minutes, and you flip over the mold, cure it again for 5 to 10 minutes, and then you can take it out and stand them upright. So excited. I don't even know if I could pick a favorite in this series, if I'm being honest. They're all so amazing. I've made several of them so far, and just blown away by how awesome they are. And I like these tags too. It's kind of like a bread tie, where it's plastic and it does say Honeydukes on it. That's so cool. It looks like they gave us a ton of these. I'll show you one up close in just a minute. I'm gonna lay them out. I guess they do go a certain way, it looks like. Those are so fun. Yeah, it looks like one side looks a little better than the other, so make sure you're putting them good side up. I'll have to double check all these before I put them on there, but we have 9 of them. And I guess it would work if you made them other colors too. I mean, of course they wouldn't be like a black licorice looking ones, but technically, you could make them a different color with your extras. Because the stand only holds 6. Okay, so I'm going to use the back of this. It kind of has a ball at the end where it will pick up the mica. And I'm just going to put a tiny bit in there. And it does kind of go everywhere. They tell you to kind of brush it around. And previously they've given us tiny paintbrushes. I'm not sure why they didn't do that this time, but I'm going to add about 2 dots or so. This one's going to have a lot. We'll see how that looks. All right, let's go ahead and start filling. Lots of air in there. I want to say it's the first time we've had a black resin. Is that accurate? I'm trying to think. I feel like it is. Just adding a little bit and then I'm going to swirl it. I can't tell how much is actually going to fit in here. Look how cool that looks. Definitely need more, but I'm just making sure it's going in those crevices. Make a swirling motion to help the mica incorporate. I probably put too much mica in this middle one, if that's such a thing. Can you have too much mica? I love how mica looks. It looks cool. All right. Hopefully you don't hear that crackling noise in the background because that's probably annoying, but it's sleeting really bad outside, which is a perfect time to do this. I have this really cool resin stand thing that plugs in, so you don't need to keep it charged. And that's what I'll be using to cure this. So let's add some more resin. And then I will look across the top at eye level to make sure they're filled up correctly and all the way. I like them to be pretty flat and even, that way they don't like concave or dip in. Technically there's a little bit of room to put more resin in, but now that I'm thinking of it, we probably don't want to do that because we have to drop these guys on there. And not that they're thick, but there is a thickness to them, so let's see. Honestly, I probably should have just did one of these to kind of like test it. Oh no, I was worried about that. It's hard to place them when you can't really grip them because they're flat. With the other series, I've just done one in the mold at once. That way I could kind of get a feel for how it's going to be. And that's totally what I should have done. But hopefully that's why you're watching these videos, so you can kind of learn from my mistakes or get advice. Don't these look awesome? It really pops when you place them on there. So I'm gonna grab him by his head, go feet first. Take a toothpick and move them if you need to. But I think these look good. These turned out so beautifully. Let's take them out.
You look so cool. What
I
are
know. They're to me it reminds me of like a licorice skeleton. I don't know if it's supposed to be licorice, but a candy skeleton. Look at that. When I saw these originally, I thought it was one of those transfers you had to do. I didn't know it was a solid piece. And I feel like I did it perfectly because when you look across, it's flush with it. So don't fill them up all the way.
I want to pop one out.
Maybe I could swirl it a little better next time, but it does have a nice shimmer to it. And then you should be able to put them in there. Oh my God. That's so cool. Okay. Oh, nice. Thank you. So they pop out really easily. Let's make
I like the white ones.
a couple more.
Better.
You like which ones?
The white one's a little better.
Oh, that's what goes on top of these. So it's black resin with mica.
Oh.
I guess you really don't. I'm going to try to swirl the resin more this time. Let's see how that goes. So I'm going to open this back up. Can you hand me the tabletop over there?
What's a tabletop?
That teal thing?
Fish.
Yeah, let's do less this time.
Dirty.
Thank you. So fun fact about these, they don't come with a base, but if you have bases from your old sets, they do fit in there. But it just kind of sets inside the Honeyduke container and then makes a cool display. This one I hardly put any in.
I think the containers might be a little more interesting than the candy.
What? She loves the container. She already
used it.
Stole some to put her
I only stole one.
candy in, her actual candy.
I only stole one. Because I don't know what the other one is. I've got a Jackson one.
Oh, okay. So I'm just putting a little bit in like last time.
Oh, that looks so weird.
I know.
First goes in. Ew, ew.
What do you mean, ew? I will take the time
In the closet.
to swirl this. And then make sure it goes all the way down. Then when you add more resin, you can swirl it again. But just keep stirring and stirring. All right, I swirled them and I'm gonna add just a touch more. Another dollop. That first one didn't have much in it. And then I'm gonna swirl it again and make sure, look at it eye level to make sure it has the appropriate amount. Pop any air bubbles you see. Sometimes there's tiny ones in there.
Have you been making candles with leftover resin for these?
I was making mushrooms with leftover resin. I have so much resin that sometimes comes in handy if they don't give you enough for a set, but I have so many. I don't think I can ever use it all, so I've been making mushrooms. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but they're so cute.
Mushroom on the detour.
Yeah, I could start putting them in here now, making different color bees and skeletons. Though we don't have any more skeleton outlines, but we can make,
Skeleton
I mean, they look like shadows of people. Okay, I think that that's enough resin. Now let's add the people. And I kind of think that less is more when it comes to the mica. I think it's going to look better if you have just a tiny bit versus a ton. So I will cure these and we'll compare the two.
I don't get it. I know. I don't get it.
You don't get it? There's nothing to get.
I don't get, like, how it makes.
How it makes it?
It's
magic. Okay. Let's compare these to the last ones and see if less is more. That one looked like it had a lot. Let's see, was it this one? Yeah, this one didn't have much. I don't know, I'm kind of conflicted. Of course, you could only tell if you're looking at the backs of them. That's how they look. I don't know, maybe I do like a lot more mica. But
those are really shiny.
Yes.
My hands might shine broken. They're so shiny.
They're so shiny. Alright, I'm going to fill these and cure them and make sure there's enough resin in the bottle. I got a paintbrush and I'm going to try this method. I think this is going to be the best method. Could already tell. Because with some of those, you can see like the lines from where I tried swirling it. And this is already laying it nice and flat.
My favorite out of all of them we've done so far is probably on the chocolate bees.
Yeah, those were really cute. They've all been really cute.
Actually, they're my size. No, the slugs. The slugs. The slugs.
I might add some more.
Why don't we make extra bees?
Why did I?
Yeah.
Because they're cool. I feel like that's pretty even. Maybe a little lacking in some of the feet.
We probably made like 100 of those bees.
There's so much on the mat here. I wonder if I can just pick it up.
Bruh.
It sticks to it nicely. I think I'm just going to leave it like that and add the resin. And I don't think I'll need to swirl it again because it's so stuck to the bottom of it. It's not sticking up like it was in clumps. But I will take my toothpick and try to guide the resin and flatten it out a little. Probably need to add a tiny bit more before I put the skeleton on. Okay, I have them filled up and there's still more resin left. I think, oh no. They kind of, I love how they just like fall into place so perfectly. So perfect amount of resin to do all 9. And you can probably make some just solid ones, silhouettes. I don't know what you do with them, but you probably could. All right, let's cure and then put them in the display case. Okay, here's all 9. So the first 3 up here are the ones I painted on. As you can see, the silver, it's like a solid line. I knew that was gonna happen. And then the ones that I did with the toothpick, let's compare them. You can see more of the lines of where I swirled it. So I guess it just depends what kind of look you want. But in all actuality, it's the back side of them because we're standing them up in here. So does it even matter? Probably not. Put them in there. It's hard to do because I'm holding it at an angle. Let's just set it flat. I'm going to set them in there. Oh no. I wonder if some of them are thicker and that's why some of them stand better than the others. That could be. You can also probably use part of a glue dot or a little piece of sticky tack to stand them in there and not have them so permanent. Let's see. That one's a little thicker, I think. My hands are too big. I keep bumping them all out. Oh my gosh. So that's how it turned out. I give this one 9.5 out of 10. I really like it.
10.
You give it a 10? I probably should give it a
10.
10. A 10.5.
Yeah.
She really likes it. Oh, and then I did have some resin left, so I made a couple. Gosh, I keep throwing everything. How annoying. I made a couple black bees. I made 4 of them. And then I made 2 slugs. And then I thought, I'm gonna quit wasting the resin because I still have to make those jelly beans. And my favorite jelly beans are black licorice jelly beans. So I will be saving some to make black jelly beans. So if you wanna watch me do that, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.